introduce yourself?
Hi, yes, actually, I have been working as the test engineer for the hardware and firmware side, and I want to switch to software testing, and I actually want to get some training on like this, the automation tools.
Okay, okay, good. Yeah, and have you done manual testing before?
Long back manual testing.
So you have an experience in manual testing, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, and you're good with it, right?
yeah.
Okay, because manual testing is a basic part what we have to know, okay,
Mm-hmm.
before we start automation testing.
Okay,
Okay,
okay.
so this one, and yeah, so you want to go with QTP and Selenium both, right?
Yeah.
And do you have any knowledge on C basics? C basics?
Actually, I know not C basics, like but I know Java and Python.
Okay, that's good. hmm Yeah, that's enough, I think, for us to start with the QTP and the Selenium. Okay,
Okay.
so what I'll do, we can do one thing. We can start with QTP first, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and once we're done with QTP, then we can go with Selenium. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Before we start with both QTP and Selenium, because these two are automation tools, okay, let us have some introduction part of what is manual and what is automation, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and what is the advantage of automation when compared to manual, okay, and what are the other automation tools we have in yeah, what are the automation tools we have, and what is the difference between QTP, Selenium, and other automation tools. We'll take some as example, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so I think you can see the screen now.
Yeah, I can see your screen.
Yeah, okay. The first thing here, as you said, you already done with manual testing. So can you define manual testing? Yes or no? Can you define manual testing? Hello?
Hello.
Yes or no? Can you define manual testing?
When you say manual testing, you just
Anything, anything in your words.
it's just like, okay, what are the test cases you have? Like, okay, user manually go and execute that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, user manually go and execute. That's good. Anything more that you want to add? Some more points for manual
Yeah,
testing?
and then yes, and then the thing is like, okay, the same steps. It is the tests are whatever is repetitively done. Like, okay, manually you just go and do the repetitive tasks.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So these are the repetitive tasks. It's kind of the advantages or disadvantages. What it it shows now. But okay. So these are also the process in a manual testing what we do. But definition would be
Mhm.
somewhat different. It defines everything like what manual testing is, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll just give you a very simple definition so that you can remember it easily. Okay. Manual testing, we say to perform test, okay, to perform manual test operation on the application to perform manual test operation on the application without any help of automation tool. So simple. What are the manual test operation we perform on application without using automation tool? It's called as manual testing. Okay, and automation testing, it's also will be very easy. So it's just something you just have to remove from the above definition. It's very simple. We say like to perform I won't say now manual testing. Yeah, just say test operation. To perform test operation on the application with the help of automation tools. With the help of automation tools. So now you can see it's very easy to understand and it's very easy to explain to. Okay, so this is what manual testing definition and automation definition. Is it clear?
Okay.
It's very simple. So if you want, you can just take the screenshot of this. Okay, I think however it's been recorded, so you don't need the screenshot also.
Yeah, it is getting recorded, right? Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So these are the definitions of manual testing and automation testing. Now let us see the advantages and disadvantages of manual automation. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So now can you give me some of the advantages or disadvantages, what you know, between manual and automation? Yes, can you give me some of the advantages of automation?
Automation, it's like, okay, whatever is the repetitive tasks, right? Like, okay, you record it and then like play it again.
Yes.
So that you don't need like an user intervention. Yeah.
Yeah. And anything else?
No, anything else?
Okay, I'll just I'll explain you. So we have the advantages of automation, or the differences between manual and automation are E, R, C, A. It's recap, but it's not exactly recap. It's just, just to remember easily. I just mentioned like this, but we have to evaluate them separately. So it is R for reusable, E for efficiency, C for cost benefit, A for accuracy or accurate, P for programmable. Okay.
Okay.
So first one, let me just go with one by one. So it's first one, reusable. So R for reusable. So when compared to manual, automation is reusable. How? So as you said, in manual, if we want to retest any scenario, we have to we have to perform the same operation again and again. But whereas in automation, for is not required to go to do the same operation again. Okay. So like for example, you have a Gmail, like create new account first in Gmail. You have a Gmail account?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have a create new account process in Gmail account, right? So this will be almost like 5 pages, right? The process will be in 5 pages. So the complete create new account process, how much time will it takes for you to complete? Approx time, can you give me?
Maybe creating an maybe 5 minutes.
5 minutes, sure. Five pages.
Or 5 pages.
Yeah,
maybe,
we have 5 pages, right?
Yeah, 20 minutes.
Okay, 20 minutes. Let me take this 20 minutes. So the whole process will take 20 minutes for you. Okay, and if you want to like if you're doing it second time, how much time it will take for you approx?
Yeah, again maybe 20 minutes, probably less than, maybe a distance of 2 minutes. Yeah.
Maybe like I'll just make it as 15 minutes, suppose. Okay, and if you do it for third time, maybe same or maybe 1 or 2 minutes less.
1 or 2 minutes.
So on an average, I'll just take it as 12 minutes. Okay, so assume you're doing it the same thing for 10 times. Okay, 10 times you're just creating an account, you just want to test it, you just want to do it 10 times. So average we just take it as 12 minutes. So how much time it takes? Like, so almost 120 minutes for 10 times, right?
Okay.
And all the time we have to do the same process again and again. If it's for first time, second time, or 10 times, you have to do the same process again and again. So but whereas coming to automation, only first time it will take the actual time for you to create an account in automation, but for this, and for the second time for you it's not required to create an account again manually. Okay, because in automation only one time if you do it, that's enough. Second time you'll be having some button called as run. Just a single click on this, okay, it will perform the whole process automatically.
Okay.
So here, we are not performing the same thing again. We are not, if you want to retest anything, if you want to reuse the scenario, for me it's not required to go with the same process again. Just have to do a single click on this one, it will perform the whole scenario automatically. So this way I can say automation is more reusable when compared to manual. Easy to reuse. Okay. So as I have also taken the time here. So if I want to reuse it for 10 times, so average it is taking 120 minutes. The same thing if you want to reuse in automation for 10 times, on average it will be taking hardly 30 minutes. Okay, it will take hardly 30 minutes. So a lot of time is also saved here. So it's saved because automation is more faster when compared to manual. So efficiency is nothing but fast. Is it clear? So one is like automation is more reusable when compared to manual, and automation is more fast when compared to manual. So these two we got clear. And third one, cost benefit. Okay, the cost benefit when compared to manual automation, here again it's cost benefit, but if we have a small problem here, let me tell you. See, automation, since we will be having many tools in automation. It's not only QTP, Selenium, we have many other tools also. If I take only QTP and Selenium also, you can like QTP, it is a paid tool.
Okay.
Right? Selenium, it's a open source tool. So let me make it sure. QTP or Selenium, at least take two tools, that is QTP and Selenium. So QTP is a paid tool and Selenium is open source tool, and it's fine, because we are not paying anything for Selenium if I'm using a Selenium automation tool, and in manual also I'm not paying anything. So I can say like then automation is cost benefit. But here for QTP I'm paying something, and when in manual I'm not paying anything. Okay, so if I'm using a QTP tool, let me give you the price also. So the QTP price will be minimum from 5 lakhs to maximum it is 56 lakhs what we have QTP licenses. Okay, so if you go with the highest amount, like 56 lakhs, it's very huge. So if I buy automation, if I buy automation tool, that is QTP with 56 lakhs, okay, so in manual I'm not paying anything. Now how come automation can be a cost benefit? Okay. Yeah, you have any answer to tell?
I think you can reduce the number of people who will need to do the manual testing.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So suppose I have a project, it's supposed to complete in 4 months, and this one, to complete this project in 4 months, suppose I require 20 testers here. The same project, if you want to do it in automation in the 4 months, I just need average like 9 testers. Okay, so what is happening here? The manpower is reduced. For me, it's not required to pay for 11 testers here. So how QTP, it is a one-time payment, but I can use for a number of projects, and I won't be paying for the testers because I'll be using less manpower here.
Okay.
So even though we buy a QTP, we buy an automation tool, okay, automation is a cost benefit when compared to manual. Okay.
Okay.
And A for accurate, so whatever the results we get will be accurate in automation. And P for programmable. So one more differences between, I can't say advantage of automation, we can say difference between manual automation. That is, the testers who are working on automation, they need to have programming knowledge, okay, and the testers who are working on manual, for them it's not required to have any programming knowledge. Is it clear?
Yeah. Yes.
Have any questions here in this manual automation?
No, I'm fine.
Okay. So try to remember it as like just as recap so that you can give all the answers, okay, all the differences. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So now we have done with the advantages and advantage of automation when compared to manual. Now let me go with the next one. That is automation tools. Automation tools. So can you give me some of the names of automation tools? What do you have?
Yeah, QTP, the Selenium. And I think I have heard of QC, quality control. I don't know what is it exactly.
Quality center. Yeah, quality center. It is not automation tool. It's a test management tool. We say. We'll see it later. Yeah. Have you heard this?
Yeah, load runner. Yes, I've heard about it.
Yeah. So we also have something called like wind runner. We have rational robot. We have silk test. Have you heard silk testing?
Yeah, I have heard about it.
Okay. We also have OpenSTA. Okay, so on. So we have 50 plus tools in the market for automation. Okay, but we are really not bothered about them, and also we are not bothered about these tools what we have below, the Windrunner and all these things. Okay, because these are the tools which are demand, but with these are the earlier so these are the tools which are demand in the earlier days, not in the wide current market. Okay. But we'll just go with just introduction of these things, okay? But we'll go with this thing in detail, okay? What are this for QTP and all? So first, let me go with Windrunner. So Windrunner is nothing but it will be same like QTP, okay? It is like it will be like early version of QTP because the interface and the functions, whatever the features and functions whatever we have in Windrunner are same like in QTP, okay? It looks like earlier version of QTP, but it's not an earlier version. QTP is different and Windrunner is different, but the features and everything will be same. So now we are not using the Windrunner because this Windrunner is not a stable one. So it has errors in it. Okay, the automation tool Windrunner itself has errors, so that's why we are not using it. Okay, next one, rational robot. Rational robot, it does the same work what QTP and LoadRunner does. I'll explain what QTP and LoadRunner do. Okay, once I'm done with this. So just you can assume that rational robot does the same work what QTP and LoadRunner does. But the rational robot also has many errors in it, many defects, so which we can't able to work on this. It's really very tough to work on this rational robot also. So that's why we're not using this rational robot in the current market. Next one we have silk test. Silk test is same as LoadRunner. Like silk test is currently used in the market, but it is not so effective as like LoadRunner. Okay, there are few companies who are using silk test, but most of the companies will be using LoadRunner. Okay, so this silk test is also currently used in the market. Next one, OpenSTA is same as Selenium, but OpenSTA is a paid tool and Selenium is open source tool. That's why we are not doing with OpenSTA also.
Okay.
Okay, let me just go with these things. So just start with this as we discussed. Okay, let me just start with who introduced these tools. So QTP, have any idea who introduces QTP? Sina?
Hello? Yeah.
Yeah, you have any idea who introduced QTP?
No, I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. So QTP is introduced by Mercury. Okay, is introduced by Mercury. Mercury is an organization like how we have Microsoft. The same way we had Mercury, but now it's not existing. Mercury is okay. It is introduced by Mercury, and load runner also is introduced by Mercury here. Next, Selenium is not introduced by any organization like Mercury like this, but it is introduced by an individual person called Jason. Jason Huggins, his full name. So he introduced Selenium. Later, we have different components in Selenium, and these different components are introduced by different individual people again. Okay, there's a different story. Once we step into Selenium, we'll see it like who are the people. Okay. Okay. And as you know, like QTP is a paid, Selenium is open source, and the Loadrunner also is a paid tool.
Okay.
Now next thing we'll see like these tools will be used for which type of applications. These tools will support okay, or it supports for WinApp. It supports for web app, web-based application. So you have an idea, right? Windows application, web-based application. You know the differences? Sina?
Web app, WinApp, I believe it is like the Windows-based applications.
Yeah, it's a Windows application. Web app is a web-based application. I think you know the differences, right? So Windows application which are used in our systems without using internet. Okay, web-based applications are those applications which we use only through internet. Okay, without internet we can't use it. So QTP supports for these applications, Windows application, web-based application, and apart from this, it also supports for one more application called as VB application, Visual Basic Applications. So these Visual Basic Applications are same like Windows application, but these are the older applications. Earlier, how we are using Windows application like this, we used to use VB applications, but now we have very less in the current market these applications, VB applications. Okay, so these are the applications what the QTP supports for. And now for Selenium, it purely supports only for web-based application.
Okay.
It supports only for web-based application. No other application supports, only for web-based application. And now, Loadrunner, it supports for web app, sorry, WinApp and web app. WinApp and web app.
Okay.
And this Loadrunner is not exactly for application. It is not used to test an application. Okay, it is used to test the servers of that application.
The Loadrunner, right?
Yeah, Loadrunner. So Loadrunner is not used to test application. It is not used to test application. It is used to test the servers of the application.
Okay.
Okay. So you know what is servers? Have an idea?
Oh yeah, I have an idea. Yes.
Client server model.
Yeah, client server model. Right? Yes. Okay.
That's what. So the Loadrunner is used to test servers. Okay.
So just a question. So when you say servers, like so is it going to test the back end side or like the front end portion of the server? Like
see, basically, servers. If I say, we have both things, front and back. Okay. It's not only servers. I just say it is used to test the servers, but we have some concept called client server model. Client server model, sending a request and response. The client is front end actually. The server is back end. And Loadrunner will be testing both. So how, if I give from front end, from client side, if I give some request, how the server will respond, and when the server responded, and whether I'm getting the right page whether I'm getting the right page or not. Okay, or I'm not getting a page at all. It's not loading it. So if the server gives me a response, I'll get the web page or anything. So if the server is not responding, I can't see the page. Page will not be loaded.
Okay.
So it is front and back both. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And okay, so next one we'll see which type of scripting does these tools support for, or for which type of scripting does the tester needs to have an there's a tester needs to know to work with these tools. That is, QTP is for VB scripts. QTP supports VB scripts, and the tester needs to have VB scripts knowledge to work with QTP. Okay. Selenium JavaScripts. So the Selenium works with JavaScripts, and tester needs to have a knowledge in JavaScripts. Selenium also supports for other scripting like Perl, C#, Python, Ruby. Okay, but majorly we use the JavaScript for Selenium.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. And load runner, we say it's user scripts. User scripts. That is virtual user scripts. We say. User scripts, that is virtual user scripts. Okay. Next one. Next one is like which type of testing can we perform on these tools? Which type of testing? So on QTP we can perform functional test. Functional test or structural test. Functional test or structural test. So if I'm saying it's a functional test or structural test, I mean to say it's a black box and white box. Okay, functional testing is a black box. You have an idea, right?
Yeah.
Functional testing is a black box and structural testing is a white box. So by using QTP, so on QTP we can perform functional test and structural test. So in the sense, black box testing, the tester who performs without having any programming knowledge or any scripting knowledge. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
White box, the tester testing application with programming knowledge. So the QTP, we can by using QTP we can test the application from black box side. So that is like without having a VB scripting knowledge also we can perform QTP, and with using VB scripting like white box we can do automation testing by using QTP. So both we have. Without VB scripting also we can do, or with VB scripting also we can do. Earlier days when the QTP got introduced, some companies they used only the QTP without using VB scripting, because we have something called record there. For us it's not required to write a script there. Okay. Mm-hmm. But now it's mandatory for every tester to have a VB scripting knowledge to work on QTP. Okay. So we have to work on VB scripting, and we need to know the VB scripting knowledge. Okay. And Selenium, it's purely white box testing, that is structural testing. So if you don't know Java, you can't work on Selenium.
Okay.
So it's mandatory. So for Java is mandatory for Selenium. So we need to have a knowledge on Java scripting to work on Selenium. Okay.
Okay.
And what do you think load runner is for? What type of testing we can perform load runner? It is
performance, right? Like a big load.
That's good. Yeah, performance. So you have an idea on performance testing?
I think when is it the server load balance and performance, right?
Yeah.
Depending on the client request, probably.
Yes, that's good. So we perform, we do performance testing and load testing on load runner.
Okay.
That's what. So we check the performance of the application. So how can we check the performance of the application? Based on the server response. Okay, and also the load also. So obviously, if you want to test the web-based application performance, so I need to also check with the load. So how many users, if number of users using the application at a time, 100 users. So what is the performance of that application? How it responds? Okay. So I will be doing that one. Okay. So you can see now these are the difference between QTP, Selenium, and load runner. The general differences between QTP, Selenium, and load runner. Got clear? Okay.
Yeah, great, clear.
Yeah. So these are the very basic things that you need to know before to start automation. Okay. So that you can have a clear idea what is QTP and what is Selenium before we start it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so I think, yeah, so we can start with QTP directly, but since it's the first class, I don't want to go directly with QTP right away in the first class. So I think just this is enough for us, like, just to whatever we need to know before we start with automation tool that we have done. Okay, so tomorrow in the next class, we'll be starting with QTP. Okay, so instance like we'll first try to check with the history of QTP in the next class.
Can you go through QTP today itself?
It's fine if you want. I can just go through it, but I
Yeah,
thought
I'm fine. Actually, I was asking him for a crash course, kind of.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that's fine. So how many days time you have for?
He said it's like, okay, a month, 25 days minimum. That's what he told me. So
Mhm. Okay,
I
okay.
don't know
So
how it's going to come out, but I was hoping for a crash course.
yeah, so it depends on you also, how you craft it, because uh, I can just take more and more concepts to complete it fastly, but if you're not good with it, if you're not thorough and good with the topic, and you're not done with the practicing and all these things, so I need to go slow again. Okay, it depends on it. So
Okay.
if you're really
Yeah.
fast, we can spend a time, and you are okay with the topics what you have covered, so we can go with some more topics daily.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Right?
I think you
Yeah,
can start with QTP today if it is.
yeah, yeah. So I think on average it may take 30 days if you're fast. Okay, if you're really good, if you're spending more time, we'll take more concepts. Then we will close it, and before 30 days also. But uh, let us be, in a regular way. We won't go with more, and we are not in hurry also to complete the courses, right? So
Okay.
we'll see. Based on your how you grab it, I'll just go with the concepts. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so as I said, now let me go with the history of QTP. So we'll just go with that history. So what could be the history? Any idea? History is nothing but just about the versions what QTP has. What is the first version of QTP? What is the latest version of the QTP? Which is the demanded version in the QTP? And what are the differences that we have from one version to other version of QTP, if we have anything. Okay, so
Okay.
these are nothing but the history. Okay, so let me just give the list of the versions of QTP. Okay, so that is like the QTP started from 5.0, then 6.0, we have 6.2, we have 7.0, 7.2, then we have 7.5, 7.4, 8.5, 9.0, 9.2, 9.5, 10, 10.5, 11, 7.5.
A lot of versions.
Yeah, that's what we need to know about these things.
So these are going to be asked in the interviews, the versions.
This is for our knowledge, like in one company they may use one version, in another company they may not use the same version, they may use some
Mhm.
different versions. So you
Okay.
should have at least some bit of knowledge. What is this version and what is the differences? If you're using any earlier version, so what is the difference? Or if you already used any earlier version, now you're stepping into the new version, so what is the differences? So this we need to know. Okay, and this one we can know. This nowhere they won't ask you in any interview, because even they also have very less knowledge on the versions in the interview. Okay, so this is only for our, we need to have the additional knowledge on this Taiwan versions, so that we should know the QTP versions, what happened and why it went with all these versions. Okay.
Okay.
So if you see these versions, first you should get one doubt. Can you try that?
Yeah, what was it?
If you see these versions, you should get one doubt. Can you try for the doubt? Shall I tell you what it is?
Why it started from 5?
Yeah. Yes. Obviously, no. So why it is from 5? Why not it's from 0? It doesn't have anything like sorry, yeah, 1 or 1 at least, yeah. So why it doesn't have any? Is it like doesn't has any version from starting 1 or what? So at least from not 1, like what about 2, 3, and 4? Okay. QTP do have the version 1 also, 1.0, 2.0. 4.0. It also has these versions, but we won't consider it here because we have to start from 5.0 only, because though QTP has 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, and 4.0, but it is not introduced with these versions. It is introduced with 5.0 version. Why? Because the QTP actually it first introduced and used. Let me just say. It introduced by Astra Inc. Okay, and this is called as not QTP, it is called as Astra QTP. These versions are called as Astra QTP. But we discussed just now QTP is introduced by Mercury, right? So what is this Astra again here? See, the Astra is the third party for Mercury. These people have developed the QTP so that they can use it in their organization, only in their organization. Later, Mercury have introduced that one in the market with 5.0. So that's why we say it starts with 5.0. Is it clear?
Yeah.
So this section, Mercury. So there's nothing much to discuss about the versions here, but yeah, there's one thing that we need to know, that is about this version. That is 9.2 version.
We will be practicing with the 9.2 version.
No. I'll tell you. I'm just giving the information about the versions. Okay, I didn't complete it yet. Okay. Yeah. So 9.2 version is that version which was a demanded version in the market in automation. Okay, because before 9.2, what all the versions we have, these are not stable versions. So it has some or other problem or some errors like this. And these versions also, it used as like other automation tools what we are using, the same way it was used, but QTP was not demanded with these versions. Okay, but when we had this 9.2, it was a stable software. We don't have any errors in it to use it for automation testing. And with this 9.2, QTP tool came into leading a demanded tool in the market. So from this 9.2, whatever company is using automation testing, they started with QTP. Okay, that's what we have this one. And why we have all these versions, because this is, though you have a knowledge in 5.0 version of QTP, or you worked in 5.0, you can able to work on 12.5 also, because there's nothing much difference we have with the 5.0 and 12.5 to say. Okay, it's the same functionality, same features, maybe some UI is different, but down the line all are same. Okay, and all these versions up to 9.0, they just try to make it stable. That's it, to fix the bugs. That's it in the QTP. Okay, and one more thing, let me give one more word here. So why this? Because all these versions what we have up to 9.5, one more thing, let me tell you, even after 9.2, 9.5 also was flop. It was not clicked. So only 9.2 was in the demand. Okay, there's about these things, and you can see whatever we have under this section, these versions are from Mercury. It is introduced by Mercury, but after 9.5, that is from 10.0, this is the HP, because the Mercury, the HP have acquired this the QTP tool from Mercury. Okay, so the Mercury is sold out, and HP have have acquired all the Mercury products.
Okay.
Okay, so from here, the QTP from 10.0, it's not called as QTP, it is called as HP QTP. Okay.
Okay.
HP QTP. And again, if we have to discuss about any version here, there is one version that we have to discuss, that is 11.5 is the version. Because 11.5 is that version where the QTP completely got changed. Where the QTP is completely got changed, and even the name itself got changed with this 11.5. This 11.5 is not called as QTP actually. It is called as UFT, Unified Functional Test. We say UFT, Unified Functional Test. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called as Unified Functional Test. So why it has all of a sudden why the QTP has this big change, and why the name also got changed? Because of a competitor. Because of the competitor. Who is the competitor for QTP? What do you think? Who is the competitor for QTP?
I don't know.
You know it, yeah. It's Selenium. See, when QTP like 9.2 was in the market, there was no Selenium actually at the time. And when QTP 10 got released, there was Selenium, and 10 still it was demanded. The QTP was still demanded because just the Selenium started at the time. Okay, but when we have this 11.0, the QTP have found Selenium as a tough competitor for it. Okay. Why? Because though Selenium has its own advantages and QTP has its own advantages, but there is one thing that QTP is lagging behind when compared to Selenium. What is that thing? There is one technology that Selenium supports which QTP will not support, and that technology is very, very demanded technology in the current market. What is the technology? That is mobile applications.
Okay.
So QTP supports for mobile application testing, MAT. Sorry, it's Selenium. Selenium supports for, mobile application testing, MAT, but QTP does not support for mobile application testing. That's why Selenium it's getting demanded in the market, but QTP again, it's just stands where it is. So because of this, and you know how much demand we have for mobile applications nowadays, right? Because of this, the QTP have changed completely. The interface, the features, okay, have changed completely, and it released as called as UFT. Okay, and why it is called as UFT? Why we not saying QTP? Because let me tell you. Okay, first let me give you these details here. So the UFT supports, now this new UFT supports for mobile testing. Not only it supports for mobile testing, it also supports for game testing also. Also supports for game testing too. Apart from software, it also supports for game testing and mobile testing. Okay.
But still, it doesn't support the web applications, right?
No, those are same.
Okay.
Those are same. Web application, VB application, those are traditional, whatever we have, it supports it. But additional, I'm just giving. These are the additional things what it supports. Okay. And one more thing, I just said, why it got changed with UFT, why it's not like said QTP, like, okay, why this name got changed? Because see, between this 11.0 and 11.5, we have one more version. We say it as 11.2. 11.2. And this 11.2, it is not a QTP, it is here, it is called as service test tool. It is service test tool. The service test tool which is used for web service testing. Have you heard web service testing?
No, no.
Yeah, so it is used for web service testing is a different technology again. It is used for web service testing, service test tool, and so this UFT, it's not only have a package of mobile testing and game testing and all, but this UFT also has a package of ST service test tool and QTP. So it has two in it. That is QTP it has and service test tool both here. That's why the name got changed here, saying as UFT. Is that clear?
Oh yeah, but what is the service test tool do?
Service test tool is used as a web service testing. Web service testing is a technology again. Okay, it's a different technology. Like how I said, like performance testing, load run is used.
Okay.
Okay. So for web service testing, we use what we say SOAP UI. For
Okay.
web service testing, we use service test tool for web service testing. So web service testing is nothing but testing the servers. Some application uses 2 servers
Okay.
or 3 servers. Okay. Generally, what we see, one web-based application will be using 1 server, so we use a load runner. But if the same application uses 2 or 3 servers, then we say that is web service testing. We use service test tool for that.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so this UFT has all these features. Okay, but even though it has all these features, no. It's not clicked yet. This 11.5 is not clicked yet. It's still in a construction because it has bugs in it. It's not a stable one. Okay, that's why we have immediately level to 12.0, and again we had 12.5 also in the market. But even 12.5 is also not stable. They are trying to make it stable version, but it's not stable. Okay, so 11.5 is not completely used in a companies. Very few companies have just started using 11.5, and it's also not done completely yet. Okay.
Okay.
This what. And now you might have a doubt, like now current market, which version that the company is using. Okay. So in the current market, I can say the mostly used version is 10.
Okay.
After that 11.0. After that 9.2. Even still many companies are using 9.2. Then I can say 11.5 after that, after 9.2. Okay. So here for our classes we'll use QTP 10.0.
Okay.
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 We'll do practice on QTP with this one. Okay.
Okay.
So you have any other doubts? So far so clear?
Yeah, so far it's clear.
Yes. So I think shall we stop here? Sina?
Yeah, so tomorrow we will be directly starting with the QTP, right?
Yeah, we'll be directly starting with QTP. First we'll go with the slides, okay, for QTP. And yeah, there's also installation we have, so I need to also check with the installation for you. Okay, so so tomorrow we'll go with the slides of QTP and also installation.
Kanti,
and
sorry
also tomorrow
to interrupt you. This is Mayank here.
Mayank.
We will take care of the QTP installations. Do not need to worry about it.
That's fine then. That's good.
I believe Selenium is a you can find the tool online, so you can go to the Selenium installation. But coming to the QTP software, we will provide it to the student. No problem.
Is it 10 you're providing?
The version?
Yeah, the version.
Version, I'm not sure about it. I need to check that.
Let me know. Just check and let me know, because it's better if you have a 10 version.
Okay, so you need
fine if you have a
10.0 version QTP, right?
Yeah, 10.0. Yeah. If you have a version and if you're taking care of the installation, that's fine. That's not a problem. Okay. Or else I have in my Google Drive. If you want, I'll just forward for you. You can just take care of it. Okay.
Yeah. Or else no problem. Also, if you want, you can directly you can directly send it to the student. No problem at all.
Yeah. It hardly takes 10 minutes. That's it for installation.
Sure. Then you can go ahead and proceed it with no problem then.
Yeah. However, we'll go with the installation and we'll start with some concepts in QTP so that she can practice later also. Okay.
Sure, definitely.
Yeah. Yes, Ina. So this is what our program for tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.